International Criminal Court is based in The Hague in Netherlands, all right? So when people say, when they make a reference to The Hague, it's very often not the city, it's the prison in the Netherlands, okay? What we refer to as the ICC. It was founded in 2002, July 1st, so that's something to keep in mind when it comes to your timeline, right? Because what was in 2001? Afghanistan and Iraq, so the ICC wasn't around back then, right? I actually don't know why the ICC was founded, to be honest. That's something you all could research independently. I don't think it really matters all that much. But founded in 2002, I wrote 2001. Super simple. It's composed of a president, a couple of VPs, a lot of judges, okay? You got your president, you got your full VPs, right? That's your organizing body, pretty much, right? Presidents also serve as judges. You got 18 judges. There have been only 11 people who have been prosecuted by the International Criminal Court. 11 prosecuted. There have been about 54 accused, okay? Who can explain to me why the proportion of the people who have been arrested is barely a fifth of the people who have been accused? Besides, obviously, just like trials gone bad. What are the 4 different things that the ICC has jurisdiction over? War crimes, crimes against humanity, genocide, so crimes of aggression. Crimes against humanity, crimes of aggression. Those are the 4 different crimes that the ICC has jurisdiction over. But what are the 2 things the ICC does not have in terms of power? The purse and the sword. We refer to it as the ICC as an independent organization cannot provide sanctions against anyone, right? So it's not like they can provide any economic backlash to bad things that people are doing, even if they have warrants out for their arrests, right? The second thing is the sword, right? The ICC doesn't have a military. The Hague's not going to send thousands of special ops soldiers to knock down Putin's door. This is Putin, okay? Big, bad war criminal, according to Biden. We have Putin here. We have a member state that is the Netherlands here, right? ICC doesn't have a military. The Netherlands does. So if Putin happens to meander his way into the Netherlands, then the Netherlands military / police / wherever, the biggest military force that can quickly topple on top of Putin, they have an obligation under their ICC agreement to arrest him. Does that make sense? So Israel is not part of the ICC, right? So they can't go out to Israel and arrest Netanyahu in his bed. There are 125 countries / states that have signed the ICC. Putin and Netanyahu both have arrest warrants out for their heads. They can't travel to 125 countries. So that makes it extremely powerful. I don't really have much else to explain to you guys in terms of what the ICC in general is. I mean, you understand its jurisdiction. They only have jurisdiction over member states, right? So they can command members to do things, but only within their own state because they can't violate international sovereignty.
Why wouldn't a country want to be part of the ICC?
I love this question. And you know why I love this question? Because it's all about accountability. The International Criminal Court relies on people willingly submitting themselves to them to be held under scrutiny, under trial, under due process, right? So there's a reason why out of the 11 people who have been prosecuted, at least a minimum of 6 of them are African. It's not because the ICC is overtly racist. It's not that the ICC is its only target is African nations. No, it's because lots of African nations don't have a well-developed and strong judiciary system. So they submit themselves in order to have a good judiciary system to hold their own nation accountable, right? But now on to audience question, why wouldn't a nation want to sign to the ICC? Well, it's about accountability, right? The United States has committed roughly 781 war crimes that are possible since Iraq and Afghanistan in 2001. Out of them, only 1 in 5 have been prosecuted. Actually, not even 1 in 5, less than 1 in 5. What was the average sentence? 8 months for crimes of genocide, crimes of aggression, crimes against humanity, etc. But why wouldn't the United States want to, hold themselves accountable and own up to their past wrongdoings? Why in the world would we submit ourselves to scrutiny of holding over 781 potential trials over the war crimes that we've committed? That's just war crimes. That's not even considering crimes against humanity. That's not even considering crimes of aggression. That's not even considering genocide, right? If we would be open to that much legal scrutiny by willingly submitting ourselves, that would practically entirely destroy our military and our judiciary system for years to come. But it would be the right thing to do, right?
The people talks about the Rome Statute,
That's a really good question. The Rome Statute is really, really simple. Imagine I independently am The Hague, right? I am the ICC. But you can't get to me and you don't get to be a part of my organization until you sign with this guy. This is the Rome Statute. Think of this as a legal binding contract that binds you to agree to all of my rules. So once you sign this, you can join my club. Huh?
Can you leave?
Oh, I don't.
You can leave and threaten to leave, and so that's a lot of countries have.
Something else to keep in mind. A lot of debaters will try and pop this on you when you're AF, and it's going to be really, really bad if you don't understand what it is. Article 156 of the Rome Statute. It says that, or whatever article of the Rome Statute that says that once you join, you can voluntarily choose to have 7 years within the ICC without being trialed, without being punished, even for your crimes, right? So for 7 years, if I wanted to join the ICC, I could willingly choose under Article 156 to just say, nah, not for 7 years. But of the member nations, how many have used Article 156? A very, very, very slim amount of the countries. So that's what you have to argue in those contexts, right? But be sure to research it, because honestly, I got asked about it in my semifinals round, and that is not a good time to learn about an article that could just entirely wipe out the entirety of the AF. That being said, I've given much longer than a 10-minute lecture about The Hague or the ICC.